Okay, any views expressed are the opinion of the guest. That's not a representation because the programming reflects that politicking with 4 eyes. It's really no competition. Suffocating with the dope, you know I be twisting. Real ninjas out in the field, now we cotton picking. Not to mention our intention to cover topics and many of the subjects. I got more lines than the deli at the Publix. With King Pharaoh, PoPolitickin, I'm pistol whipping. Rappers jeopardizing hip-hop position. My opposition, intuition, prediction like writers on The Simpsons. To witness the glimpses from higher up dimensions. My bitches be fighting gremlins like Phoebe Cates. Let me cook, stovetop oven, easy bakes. Hydroponic with them seaweed flakes. Yeah, these rappers started from the bottom, power bottom. TD Jakes, unfollowed. Talking about have you ever been swallowed? Regardless of race, color, or creed, you get Apollo'd. We politicking, ticking, we straight politicking, ticking. When it's a great show, you got to listen. Listen to that politicking, ticking. This for the politicking, ticking. We straight politicking, ticking. When it's a great show, you got to listen. Listen to that politicking, ticking.
Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Right now, we're live on X, YouTube, and Facebook. Check us out where you listen to podcasts. 1212. I'm in place to be rejoined with SectionToo. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Can't complain. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I was like looking. I was like, man, when was the last interview? I'm thinking it was like a couple years ago. Shit, it'll be 3 years in February.
That was 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
I know, go quick. It was February 22, so that's why I said it'll be 3 years in February.
Sheesh. Wow. Okay.
So anything these last couple 3 years, have you had any like moments in your life that made you pivot your thoughts and pivot your thinking, some life-changing events, anything happen?
Life-changing events. I wouldn't say life-changing, but I'd say my my perspective has shifted a little bit. I've become way more mature, I think. I've definitely grown as an artist. I've become a much better songwriter, better producer in a sense as well. But yeah, I mean, nothing super life-changing as of the last couple of years.
What would you say? How did you know you became better?
That's a good question. I would say when it comes to songwriting, I've noticed that just in the midst of my process, I don't like using the word easy because I don't want to like shortchange the work that I put in and what I do, but like my process has become like a little bit more seamless, I think. Like as I'm writing songs, I'm able to not think as much and not overthink, and just whatever flows out of me is kind of what ends up in my phone as I'm writing, and that kind of flows into what I go in and record. So yeah, everything is a little more seamless these days, thankfully. So
who put you in the game, man? Somebody got you fresh with the braids.
Oh yeah, I've never braided my hair before. I've only had them for like a week, so this is new for me, but it's sick. I like it. It's a good look.
Who did it? Shout them out.
Yeah, so there's a braider out here in the Bronx. Her name is Mame, I believe. Shout out to Mame. She did a great job.
Yeah, it looked good. So you still in the same place since last time we talked?
Yeah. I'm still in the Bronx.
Yeah, man. I feel like with you, man, like you actually kind of one of my favorite like R&B, like especially male artists. You one of my favorites. I feel like I be telling my wife, I was like, man, like I feel like I'm just catching on, but I know you're gonna blow, but I just know you before you blow. I was like, this dude gonna take off. I don't know why you ain't take off yet, but like this dude gonna take off.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I mean, it's been a steady incline. I would say there were times where I thought things were gonna shoot to the moon for me, and things didn't happen that way. But I mean, I'm confident in my ability and what I'm able to do. So it's only a matter of time, I think.
And I remember I was talking to you because I saw you on the radar doing the freestyle. Well, it was a freestyle, or was it some of your music?
So I performed a song off my album,
Yeah.
one of them, and then the other one was just like an unreleased song.
So how was that?
That was sick. I mean, I've been watching On the Radar for the last couple of years now, and they've always been really good about like harnessing new talent and just like kind of being on the cutting edge of like what's going on in New York and elsewhere. So to be able to showcase my stuff on that platform was an honor. Honestly, super grateful. Shout out to Calvin who reached out over there. So.
And then I noticed since the last time we talked, you dropped 2 projects.
Yeah, February. Yeah. I've dropped 2 projects since then.
Heaven Knows and Forever Yours.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess just talk about the Heaven Only Knows before we talk about the newest one. Just talk about that one a little bit.
Yeah. So Heaven Only Knows was like a very big step forward for me in terms of my musical progression. There was a lot of like. I really figured out what I'm good at on Heaven Only Knows. Like I at that time I felt like my pen was like my sharpest it's been, and I felt like I could make anything, any kind of song under the sun I could make. And that's kind of what I did. But I was still kind of staying in the parameters of like what I know I can do. And then I think fast forwarding to this latest project, Forever Yours, this is just like, this is like Heaven Only Knows 2.0 in a sense, and not necessarily in like subject matter or just like any, like I can't compare them like subject wise or even sound wise really, but it's just another level of progression. That's the only way that I could compare the two. It's like I started in one place. Let's say that start point was Heaven Only Knows. I felt as though I was competent in penmanship and songwriting and vocal ability. But the time between Heaven Only Knows and now Forever Yours, I've shot up like leaps and bounds to me, I think. I've been taking vocal lessons and I feel as though right now I'm kind of like at the apex of my vocal ability, just writing more and just kind of experimenting and trying out new things songwriting wise. I feel as though my pen is like bulletproof at this point. So honestly, I'm just excited to see where I go from now to wherever the next place is that I go. I'm just excited to steadily get better.
Are you still writing and producing?
Still producing a little bit. I mean, I've kind of left a lot of the production to my best friend who I still work with to this day, Goodwill. I leave a lot of that to him, but I've put production in the backseat kind of, and I've just focused more on songwriting.
And why is Goodwill your best friend?
Why is he my best friend? I've known that man since I was 15 years old. He's seen me at my most. He's seen me at my most me, if that makes sense. Whenever I'm in the studio and whenever I'm recording, that is probably like my best self, my most authentic self, and he's one of the few people that gets to see that and understands me in that space. So
yeah, I've been looking on your Instagram and I saw like you post a lot of pictures when you was younger, so I see music been a part of you for a while.
Yeah. I grew up a huge music fan. It kind of runs in my family, I'd say. My dad was a DJ in the 70s and 80s. My mom grew up singing in church and playing the flute. My sister has an incredible voice. She went to college for choral music. It's kind of just like everyone's singing, everyone's doing something in my family. So
yeah, I was reading how you was talking about you started like in chopped and screw when you was 15 too.
Yeah. So around that time, I remember very vividly, ASAP Rocky had put out Purple Swag and Peso, kind of like, it was either like weeks or months apart. I forget the timeline exactly, but he had put those songs out. And I remember, like, I was so struck by those songs because I'd never really heard anything like that before. And I would read up on his interviews, and he'd mentioned DJ Screw a lot. So I was like, oh, all right, like, who is this DJ Screw person? I go and I start digging, doing the whole YouTube thing. And I remember I found he did a chop of Tupac's Temptations, which is like still to this day, like one of my favorite DJ Screw remixes. Like, it is insane. I listen to it all the time. And from there, like, I was kind of just like engulfing myself in the culture, and I just wanted to learn more about it. And around the time I got to college, I stumbled upon DJ Candlestick and Slim K and the Chop Stars and what they were doing. And I was just like enamored with them, and they had kind of started their own movement and kind of carrying the torch from what Screw had started. So to be here now and have my own Chop Not Slop when I've been such a fan of the culture and everything that surrounds us for however many years now, it's truly an honor, truly.
Yeah, it's hard. I was listening to it. It's actually my favorite song that's on the regular album is the same song that Wishes Love Can Stand On. Yeah. That's my favorite song on both versions. But yeah, I like it, man. Like I said, I'm a big fan, but I think I was look like I'm older than you, so I actually kind of was around when Screw was putting it out. But I remember like Lil Flip kind of got me into it. And then I don't know if you know these cats named Dirty South Riders.
Not
yeah, you gotta listen to them cats, man. Them cats they from Texas, they like underground group, but they were so hard. Then I just kind of, but I don't know, I always like the R&B songs the most. Like the R&B songs be so hard when they chopped up.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I don't know, man, I'm like ignorant, so I be like, I like listening to it when I'm high, I'm drunk. This shit sound better.
No, yeah, I remember like he would do like.
I be like, man, I want me some lean. Shit, I ain't got no goddamn lean. That shit make you want to listen get some lean. Yeah.
Screw would like do like he has a couple Marvin Gaye ones that are just like what is this? Like it's so insane, man. He really pioneered a sound and just an experience overall that I think everyone should be tapped into in some capacity. It's truly like a unique listening experience for sure.
So you trying to do that with more albums, or just a one-time thing?
I mean, I honestly would love to do it with every album if Candlestick is down. Honestly, like, but I mean, we'll see. All
right. Then what you working on right now?
Right now, I'm not really working on an album per se or kind of project. I'm sitting on a bunch of music. That is definitely true. I think I'm leaning more towards like a singles kind of route right now. And yeah, I'm just like finishing up some stuff on that end currently.
And then I guess anybody that didn't hear they might not listen to the first interview. They should just go back and listen to the first one. But just give them a little background about yourself and let them know how you got involved with music.
Yeah. So I am born and raised in New York City, Queens to be specific. From a young age, I was always enthralled with music. Like I said before, it kind of ran in my family. Around the age of 7 or 8, I started playing alto saxophone, and that was kind of like my first foray into music. Had also grown up singing in church too, so music was kind of just everywhere in my life. I think around the time I turned 13 or 14, I asked my parents to get me a laptop because I knew that's how I could like start making beats and stuff. And for the record, that was that was like my plan. Like I wanted to be a producer. I had no intentions of being an artist or being in front of the microphone or anything. And for like all through high school, I'm like making beats and uploading them to SoundCloud and trying to do that whole thing. Same thing into college. I remember my first year of college, I went to the University of New Haven and I was living in a dorm with like a bunch of other musicians. And that was where I realized that I was kind of lazy and like I didn't have like much of a work ethic, because I watched all these super talented people just like really like work at their craft and just like try and perfect whatever they were doing. Specifically my roommate Anthony, huge shout out to Witchcraft. I will never fail to mention him when it comes to watching him be this incredible producer, incredible songwriter in his own right, and just work at it every day. And that made me realize that like, all right, like I kind of need to buckle down and like really like figure out what I'm trying to do. So from there, I'm full steam ahead with the production stuff. Through the years, I end up getting some A&R connects. I'm like sending beat packs out to people, and I'm actively trying to do the producer thing. My senior year of college, doing the same thing. And one day I was just like, you know what? Let me just try my hand at writing a song to one of the beats that I had made. And that song ended up becoming the first song on my first project called Portrait. That song is called Girls Like Anita. That was the first song I'd ever written. And I was like, oh, all right, maybe I'm kind of good at this. So then I send it to my boy, Will. We start making songs, working on this project, and SectionToo is born. Portrait comes out, and that kind of spirals into where we're at right now. So,
and then give us like songwriting 101. Give us some of the basics of writing a good song.
Songwriting 101. Okay. This is an interesting question, because I've had people ask me this before, and like I try not to be prescriptive in like breaking down songwriting, because it's like it's gonna be different for everybody. But for me,
I guess the reason I'm asking, because you know I be writing songs, man. You know my alter ego is R&B Poe. Yeah. I got like 4-5 songs out, so I just need some. Bless me with some game, man. To me, I need the game.
Nah, for sure. But all right. So I would say one of my biggest things when I sit down to write a song is just being as clear-headed as possible. If I have a lot on my mind and like if I have a lot on my mind and I'm also trying to write, sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes I'm able to channel that into what I'm writing, but a lot of the time it kind of just like jumbles my thoughts, and it's a little bit difficult to like actually say what I know I can say clearly. That's a huge thing. 2, I would always say just like stick to your first instinct. You're like 8 times out of 10, your first instinct is the way to go. I've had songs in the past where like I'll write a verse and like I'll write a verse and like I kind of know where I want to go for the hook, but like I'm second guessing it because the idea seems too out there, or it's like, oh, like I don't know what people will say if they hear me say this or that or whatever. And it's like, if you abandon that idea, someone else will get it. A good idea that is housed to you, like that is like entrusted to you, like keep it. like only you know how good an idea is, especially before you share it with the world. Like really like cherish that, like, because like ideas come and go, and like a lot of times it's lightning in a bottle. Sometimes it's like evergreen and they just flow. But like when you know something is good, like hold on to that and like act and like really just like sit in that and know. I guess what I'm trying to say, long story short, is just like believe in your ideas, really. Like that confidence goes a long way. And it took me a minute to learn that, honestly, but confidence goes a long way.
Is it a time limit you spend on a song or?
No time limit necessarily. I try to like, there are songs that I've written in 20 minutes. There are songs that have taken me 2 hours. Like it depends on the setting. It depends on the beat. Like, but I'll say now, a lot of times I find myself writing like with no beat and then kind of like placing something on it after the fact. I don't remember when that started happening for me. Cause like when I first started, like I always like, I needed to have some sort of canvas to write to. Like I couldn't just put words in my phone to nothing, basically. But I want to say maybe like 2 years ago, I kind of started just like being able to write freely. And like I could hear the flow in my head.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I'll say that shit like hustle and flow when you be hearing that beat in your head.
Yeah. Literally like that. Literally.
Yeah. Like that. That's what's up. That shit's funny. That's what's up. Now let's say, shit. What else? I want to ask you a couple things.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny though. I remember like hustle and flow. That shit came. He got that beat. But
great movie.
What else I want to ask you? So what else you do besides like when you're not doing the music? What you doing now? What you work on?
Yeah, so I've got a day job at a restaurant. That's kind of like how I keep money in my pocket. That, and I started a company with some friends called New York Needs. We've been throwing events, we've been making clothes, basically just trying to showcase all the beautiful things that New York City has to offer. So that's what I do outside of music. But
did anybody say your music kind of sound like Frank Ocean's?
Yeah, I've definitely heard that before. Frank Ocean is a huge inspiration of mine. I think him and Party Next Door are like some of my generation's like best pen like lyric writers to me. Like him and Party Next Door and Frank Ocean like are really good like lyric writers. Like they've just really got a way with words, I think.
Yeah, I was looking at your on your bio on your digital streaming platforms. You said you make black music.
Yeah.
Like that. What you mean by that?
So yeah, I remember like when I first started, like obviously everything that I do is kind of rooted in R&B, but I also rap, and I also like I've made like quote unquote pop songs and this and that and whatever. But like I like people would always ask me like, oh, like what genre of music do you make? And instead of giving like some long drawn out answer, like I kind of just started answering that with, oh, I just make black music. Like R&B, and again, I'll say this again, everything that I do is rooted in R&B, but I look at somebody like Prince, who was very much an R&B artist, but for him, R&B was kind of like an umbrella term. Like there were so many things that fell under the category R&B. He was doing rock stuff. He was doing pop stuff. He was making like these super soulful ballads. Like there was just no end to what Prince can do, and he never put himself in a box. And at the end of the day, all of these different genres, like they can all be traced back to black people. So that's just like kind of my answer for that. Like I just make black music. Like
it's crazy when you mention Prince now, because I was watching a documentary and I was watching how Prince was actually, he used to open up for Rick James, and then he started kind of like emulating him too much. Yeah. That's why they started getting that beef. But when you really go back and look at it, he's like, damn, this shit did come from Rick James. Like he just took it and made it better, you know. He took it and made it way better because I think the reason he made it better because he actually knew all the instruments.
Yeah, exactly.
Rick James didn't know all the instruments, so he took all the other shit from Rick James, but then he got the instruments with it, so he just like next level with shit like LeBron.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I was like, damn, man, that shit was crazy how they I was watching their little rivalry, how they got into it though. But I like Rick James too. Who's some of your who you listening to right now?
Who am I listening to right now? Definitely listening to that new Kendrick. That new Kendrick is hard. Let me see. I can go to my Spotify. I was just listening to Jodeci, actually.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of loyal, man. I ain't listen to that Kendrick yet. I don't even know if I can do it, man. I'm Team Drake.
Okay.
I ain't listened to it yet. I might get to it, but I ain't listened to it yet, man.
The Kendrick album is really good. Very good. Very good listen. I've been listening to the new Smino that came out yesterday. What else? There's this new kid named Netspend that he put out an album yesterday that I was listening to. The new Tyler the Creator album is great. I've been listening to that a lot. No Worries, Anderson .Paak and Knowledge, their duo. They
came out with something else?
Yeah, that album.
A new one?
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite albums to come out this year.
Okay. Yeah, I saw them live, and then I like that one they had like one of my favorite songs. It's on that it'd be like, "You My Best Love." Yeah. Mm-hmm. I saw them at rolling. I think it was Smoking Grooves. They was tight. But like a long time ago. It was probably like 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta check that out then. I didn't know they came out with something.
It is one of my favorite albums to come out this year. Truly, it's really good. Really.
When it came out, like recently?
I want to say it came out. It was like May or June. I want to say it might have been June.
What you think about the David Blunt dude? I be listening to. I mean, he big and all that, but then when I be listening to music, I be like, he kind of saying some of this music though. He be touching me with some of that shit he be saying.
I think Dave Blunt is talented. I'll say that first. I do think whoever his label is or whoever is like managing what he's doing, to me it seems like a little bit exploitive, slightly. Like, again, I don't want to speak bad on that man. He is successful. He's doing his thing, and I only want to see him do great. But I also want to see him like be healthy and like live for a long time to be able to enjoy the fruits of his labor. You know what I mean? So, and then, he's talented though, for sure.
But you know something crazy? Like it's a girl. I forgot her name. She was on because that woman on the manager, Miss Deb, she has a rap show. Mm-hmm. I think she's the one that won, but she's really big, like really, really big, just like him. Mm-hmm. But it's like they I guess she's a woman, or it might, I don't know why the reason. Yeah. But they promote her way more than like she ain't getting no negative criticism. All her criticism is positive. So I wonder if that's just because she's the woman. That's why they do it like that. Because him is like, you know, everybody getting on him, but they're not doing that woman like that. They about the same size.
Interesting.
She do the same thing. She be sitting down rapping, all that shit. I forgot her name. I gotta look her up, but she was the one. She just won a reality show on that Miss Deb. You know Miss Deb, Waka Flocka mom.
Yeah.
They had a reality show. I think she's the one that won, but she's real big, just like that.
Interesting. Okay.
And what was your wrap up? Your yearly wrap up?
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So my Spotify Wrapped, my top artist was McGee. My top 5 songs were McGee songs. Like that album kind of had me in a chokehold this year. It was basically all I listened to. I'm a very, very big McGee fan. Me and my boy Will, we went to go see him in May. He had a show out here. It was absolutely insane. But yeah, there's a bunch of McGee, some Brent Faiyaz in here. A lot of my album is in here. There's Kendrick in here. There's Future in here. Sabrina Carpenter, I'm a big fan of. Leon Thomas. Leon Thomas's album, that I've been listening to a lot also. Leon Thomas is insanely talented.
And then I was asking, we was talking about this on one of the last shows. We was talking about October London. Cause I was like, my whole thing, like, I'm not saying the music don't sound good, but it's like it just sounds too much like Marvin Gaye. So when it sounds too much like Marvin Gaye, it makes me just want to go listen to Marvin Gaye.
Interesting. Okay.
Have you listened to his music yet?
The only October London song I've heard, it's not even an October London song. He has a feature on the No Worries album. That is the only October London that I've heard. I've never listened to any of his solo stuff. I know somebody I know had gone to the Maxwell had played a show at the Barclays Center, and October London had opened for him. And I mean, she said he was good. I mean,
he agreed with me.
Yeah, that's kind of the only that's the only knowledge I have of October London. But he sounds great on the No Worries song.
Yeah, it's my homie Brooks. He said October London got some fire, but I agree. Yeah, sometimes you can't be sound like. That's what I like about you. Like it's nobody I can really like put my finger on and say you sound like. Like I said, I hear Frank Ocean, but you don't sound like him. You just got like kind of like you got the pen, like you were saying. You got a similar pen, so but you don't sound like him, so it's different. But when you sounding just like somebody,
yeah,
it's kind of weird sometimes.
No, yeah, that's kind of that's a huge goal of mine too. I always want to separate myself and try and be distinct as possible in whatever I put out.
So, what will you say your goals are for next year?
My goals for next year, big goal of mine for next year is to get on tour somehow, some way, opening for somebody. My own little small run of a couple of dates. I really want to get out on the road and just like prove that I can hang with whoever live vocally. Like this past year, I feel as I've put a lot of work in on my voice and just trying to perfect my work as a stage performer. And I feel as I've gotten a lot better compared to the beginning of this year. And next year, I really want to put that to the test. So I'm hoping I can do that for sure.
All right. So we got Live Nation just wrote you a blank check. So who you bringing on? Who you gonna have on your tour? Give us your give us 5 acts, including you. Give us 5 acts.
Live Nation just wrote me a blank check.
And what's the name of the tour?
Ooh. All right, the name of the tour is called the Forever Tour. That is the name of the tour, Forever Tour. On the road, I need me. Damn, this is a good question. I need me. I need Amare. I need Mavi. There's an artist that I've collaborated with on a couple occasions from New Orleans. I need Gyra on this tour. And I need one more person. Oh, and I need 13th Law on this tour. 13th Law. Incredible artist out of New York. 13th Law.
And then who will be your like special guest? Like if you could bring anybody like say, you know how the people be coming, say you go to New York, you bring Nicki Minaj, or you in Atlanta, you bring Gucci Man. Like who you want?
What? All right.
Who you want to bring out as your special guest?
All right, in New York, I'm bringing out 50 Cent, and he's doing "I Get Money," and that because just being from Queens, Jamaica specifically, where 50's from, His story is one of legend. He has beat the odds so many times and has reinvented himself so many times. He is the blueprint for making it out of Jamaica, Queens. So I'm bringing out 50 Cent. He's got to do I Get Money. If I'm in Atlanta, I got to bring out Usher, man. I need, oh my God. I need Usher to do Bad Girl one time. One time.
What about LA?
Damn, if I'm in LA, what am I bringing out if I'm in LA? If I'm in LA, I might bring out, there's an artist who is featured on the Kendrick album named AZ Chike. I'm bringing out AZ Chike. And I say this because in 2019, me and one of my good friends, we went to go see Schoolboy Q. He was touring that album Crash Talk. We saw him in 2019 and AZ Chike opened for him. And I remember him, he was like one of the openers. And I remember being like, oh, yo, like this AZ Chike guy, he's dope. Like whatever. Schoolboy Q puts out an album this year, Blue Lips, which is also something that I listened to a lot this year. AZ Chike is also featured on that album. A couple months after that, Kendrick album, it's this huge thing. AZ Chike is also on that album. He's having like an insane
run, huh?
So yeah, just to see him in 2019 and see where he's at now is nuts. So just off the strength of that, if I'm in LA, I'm gonna be like, yo, I need AZ Chike to pull up.
And then I want you to give us a couple of some life hacks, some things you do in your life to make your life better.
Some things I do in my life to make my life better.
Yeah.
Try not to stress the small stuff. That's something I've learned a lot this year. I used to get caught up in like other people's opinions and just mainly other people's opinions and like how they viewed me and how they saw me, but that's out of my hands. I can't control that. So that was something I learned to let go of this year. Just that and just like stress in general, like it's not worth it. Like it really doesn't add anything to my life. It only takes away. Just lean on God. I'm a firm believer in God. I pray a lot. Like that's also something that I hold dear and something that is important to me. Another thing that I do to make my life easy, man, I laugh a lot. I love to laugh. It is therapeutic for me, honestly. Just like a good laugh can go a long way, I believe. So
yeah. I like to laugh too, but I saw this video of this girl. I guess she laughed too hard. Her jaw got stuck, so they kind of scared me. I was like, shit, I didn't know you can laugh that much. Goddamn. I never seen that before. I was like, I didn't know that was possible.
That sounds nuts. I had no idea that was a possibility either.
Yeah, that shit must have been funny. I bet that was a good joke to laugh that much. Like that fucking jaw. I mean, she got it unloose. She got locked jaw. Like she got it unloose, but I just never knew that was possible.
That's nuts. Also, I've never heard of that before either. I hope she's good because that's crazy.
And what's some of your give us 3 of your go-to meals?
Ooh, 3 go-to meals. All right. This is gonna sound kind of like boring or kind of plain, but like I love eggs. Like I like to go to the gym. That's also something I do in my spare time. So like I love eggs. If I get like 3 eggs and like an almond butter sandwich, fire for me.
How do you make your eggs?
Like scrambled, super scrambled, like not scrambled too hard, like scrambled. I love scrambled eggs. But if I'm not talking like on some like low maintenance, like that's a very like low maintenance meal for me.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with no eggs though.
I love eggs. But yeah, another go-to meal. Oh man. I'm a huge fan of halal food. like chicken over rice. There is.
What's halal food?
You never had halal food?
Now, I'm on the West Coast.
Oh, brother. Okay. All right. So halal food is. Damn, I don't want to.
Is it like Mediterranean?
No. It's not. It's
Middle
not
Eastern.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Middle Eastern food. Yes. So, I should specifically. It's Arabic. Halal is an Arabic word.
Okay.
So yeah. But yeah, you can do like chicken over rice, lamb over rice, falafel. Like I love halal food, and specifically there is a spot near St. Mark's. There's a truck because my boy lives over there. There's a truck that I go to all the time. Chicken over rice, white sauce, hot sauce, $9, and the plate is like full fire. It's so good.
Right. What's your last meal?
You say what? What do you say?
No, I said, what's your last one?
My last meal. Damn, I'm not gonna lie. This I'm a big Raising Cane's fan.
Man, they shit mid out here.
All right. I've heard it may be like a recency bias thing for me, just because like New York just got Raising Cane's like 8 months ago, and like it is like a very new thing here. Like I've always heard of it as like there's a song on Heaven Only Knows that's like named after Raising Cane's. Like when I wrote that song, I had never had Raising Cane's in my life. It was just like something that I knew. It was like
you manifested it. You like, I'm gonna eat this shit one day.
It was like I only knew it as a Southern thing, so I was like, all right, like we'll never get New York is never gonna have a Raising Cane's. Lo and behold, New York has 2 Raising Cane's now, and I've eaten it a number of times this year. And I don't know, man. Chicken's good, the sauce is good, the fries or whatever, and like the toast is great too. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, because I remember it was kind of the same way out here, but the Raising Cane's by me is like probably 45 minutes. So we never knew. We like last year, we was like, man, let's just go on and go. But we was like disappointed. Like you said, the only thing we really like was the bread and the sauce. I didn't even think the chicken was that good, so we haven't went since then. But now it's actually one like 10 minutes from me, but I just don't go no more because I ain't like it like that. But
the sauce goes a long way.
You like it over Chick-fil-A?
Oh no. Like, but it is Chick-fil-A. Like I find myself closer to Raising Cane's than I do Chick-fil-A a lot of the time, which is why I probably eat it more.
All right, and then I'm not talking about alcohol. I'm just talking about regular drinking, regular beverages. What do you like to drink?
I drink a lot of water. I love kombucha. Yeah, I don't really drink juice or soda, but yeah, I drink a lot of water and a lot of kombucha. Yeah.
What kind of water?
Just regular still water. Occasionally I'll have a Topo Chico. Topo Chico's good.
You drink distilled water?
I'm not big into distilled water, no, but just like regular still water, like just like
I've been saying because people be like, that's why I be like, I ain't into it. I mean, I am turning to like a little water snob, but I'm not like some people. They be like, man, I can't drink. What's the one? Aquafina, Dejani. I'm like, man, I drink all that shit, but
all right. I won't drink Dasani or Aquafina. I'm not a fan of that water at all. I
prefer. I got a filter, so I prefer to drink my filter. But
yeah, for sure.
That shit just if I'm going somewhere. But if I usually buy something, I try to get water.
What was it you said?
The alkaline water.
Oh, the alkaline water. Yeah, I love Essentia. The Essentia water. Oh man, it is.
We got a well out here. We got
really?
Yeah, we got a well, but I always get it when it's packaged. I need to go over there and just get it from the well. But we got a alkaline well, and they bottle up and sell it locally. But I need to go to the well itself. But I would say that I think the best water I ever drank so far was when my boy had bought a damn reverse osmosis thing. Man, that water is good as shit. That water feel like it had sugar in it or something. I'm like, what's up with this water? That water is good, man.
Reverse osmosis?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it like filters it a certain way.
Interesting.
But yeah, because he had bought it, but it was like 2 or 3 big ass pumps, and it do something to the water. I guess it like double filters it or something. But that water is so good, man. That's probably the best water I ever had. I ain't had no water since then, but I might have to get one of those for me one day because that water was good. But it's like I think those things are expensive. Those reverse osmosis things.
Reverse osmosis sounds like something that would be. Sounds like an expensive process. So.
Yeah, it costs a little bit.
Yeah.
You got any plans for the holidays?
No, not really. I'm gonna just be kicking it with family, man. Just trying to, holidays. It's a big thing for us. We like to come together, hang out, eat, bug out, chill. So that's top of the list for me this year.
All right, man. Anything you want to say to your fans and supporters?
Fans and supporters, I love you. Thank you so much. You have no idea what your listenership and your support has meant to me this year. And yeah, we got way more coming in 2025. So thank you. All I can say is thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
All right, man. I want to say thanks for coming through politicking with me.
Of course, man. I always appreciate you having me, man. Extending your platform to me really means the world. So thank you. Thank you.
No doubt. You want to tell me your social media and everything?
Yes. Y'all can follow me at SectionToo. That's at SectionToo_ on Instagram. Just at SectionToo everywhere else.
What's your favorite apps right now?
Favorite apps right now? I use TikTok a lot. Mainly because I have to, and also just like I'm always scrolling on there. I always find something funny on there. I use TikTok a lot. I'm kind of falling back off of Twitter. Twitter is kind of fried now, honestly. Like it's not as good as it used to be. Like I don't know what Elon Musk is doing with Twitter, but it's a lot of ads now, and it's like you can't really see the content that like. You like the people that you follow, you're not really seeing that
unless they verified.
Yeah, it's so annoying. It's really annoying. Twitter used to be the best app, high key, but yeah, I use Instagram, I use TikTok, I'm on YouTube a lot. I'm heavy in YouTube also.
I thought is TikTok going away?
I saw something about that today that like if they don't figure out something by like January 19th, like it might get banned or something. I don't know how true that is, but
yeah, that's the only thing that's kind of like because I actually was going to school for cybersecurity, so we used to talk about it. And they got some crazy shit in them damn little bylaws, and then it's owned by a foreign country. So and it's like hella users on there, so it's like they basically have all these Americans' information. So it is kind of like. I know people want to be on social media, but it's like, man, you can't have all the. And then they be influencing like certain posts, and they make you like people. People be thinking they like what they like just because. No, you like what you like because they're constantly putting that shit in your algorithm.
Yeah.
So people don't understand that because they were saying like they'll post all the shit about the United States and post like, America, like somebody getting into it with a cop, but they won't post none of the shit going on over there where they from. You know what I'm saying? No. So. They push the propaganda, so it's like shit. I mean, like I said, I know people like social media, but you got to think of stuff like that too. You don't want to be giving up all your rights and shit.
It's definitely becoming more of an issue, and like I can tell like when I scroll, like there's some things that I see where I'm just like, all right, like this is a little off, like considering my normal viewing habits and like what I tend to see on when I scroll through my feed. There's some things that I see where I'm just like, all right, this doesn't match the algorithm. This is definitely just being fed to me just because kind of thing. So
I mean, so yeah, I gotta you was talking about getting a tour, man. Hopefully one day you come to San Diego, I get to see you in person.
Yeah, man, that would be sick. Earlier I played a show in San Francisco in January. That was great. But yeah, I'm looking to get back out to the West Coast next year for sure.
Yeah, the West Coast. You seem like you from the West Coast anyway, man. You might well just come out here, man. I wouldn't even think you would, because like I said, I remember I was watching that last interview. I remember you came in with that Kobe jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about you was a Knicks fan. Like, Knicks fan with that Kobe jersey on.
Nah, man, I'm a huge Kobe fan, man. Huge Kobe fan.
What you think about the Knicks this season?
Oof, man, we look good. We look great, actually. We first couple games, you started off a little rocky, but Cat is in MVP conversations. Jalen Brunson is finding his stride. Mikal Bridges is starting to pick it up after he started terribly, and we're really starting to click. So I'm excited, man.
Yeah, that was big getting rid of Randall.
Oof,
Randall
man.
be playing like, I ain't saying he ain't a good player, but he just play wild. Like he has a wild, like he's kind of wild.
He is so unpredictable, man. And like I'm a Julius Randle fan, but at the same time, on a night-to-night basis, sometimes it is very hard to forecast which Julius Randle you're going to get. There's a night where he could be 8 for 17 from the field and have 20, like he could have like a solid 28 points on like 50% shooting. There's another night where he could have 11 points and be like 3 for 16. Like, just like he's so up and down, so kind of wishy-washy sometimes. And
that was big getting Cat over him.
Yeah, man, Cat is so consistent. Like he is so consistent. He's pretty much like a guaranteed 20 and 10 every single night. Like can't complain.
All right, y'all. Till the next time, we out. You want to hit him with your social media one more time?
Yes, sir. That is at SectionToo _, on Instagram, at SectionToo everywhere else. That is TOO, SectionTOO.
All right, bro.